What's good, everybody? Yes, we have finally arrived. I am the coach. This is the Early Edge Golf Style, Tour Championship Style. We've arrived at the final event of the year, the final best 30 players on the PGA Tour. We are here to handicap it for you right here, right now from Eastlake. Let's bring in the star of the show. He is the host of the award-winning First Cut podcast here at CBS SportsLine. RickRunGood on social media. Rick G, what's up, man?
Coach, yeah, good to be on with you. Thank you very much. This is a fun week. It's an interesting week because of the format. I think this week and the match play event are two of the more strategic events for us handicappers, us fantasy players. So always fun to kind of talk through this one because there's a lot of different ways that you can attack it.
Yeah, there really is. There's going to be bets, and then you catch a mega preview too over on the First Cut. You can do bets without the stagger starting place. You can do bets with the stagger starting place. So you got to be very, very careful to listen to what Rick or myself or any of our experts say because there's two different kinds of bets. It's a lot of fun. All right, before we get to our bets, kind of preview for the people at home. We've got a lot of new people that have come to the brand. They want to know, what's the Tour Championship? What's Eastlake really all about?
Yeah, and let's start with the staggered start, the format. This is new. This is the third year that we've done this, and basically with the way that the playoffs work in golf, depending on your FedEx Cup rank, your playoff points, essentially, you actually start with a score. So when this event starts on Thursday morning, Patrick Cantlay will be 10 under par. Tony Finau will be 8 under par, and guys will be assigned slots all the way down to even par. It's a way to kind of reward those who have gained a lot of points throughout the season and through the playoffs. And Eastlake, it's a great venue. It's not particularly easy. It can be a challenging test. It's a course that we've seen every year in this spot since 2004. So the data is very strong. But when you're looking at bets, when you're looking at putting the things in, and you've got odds for with strokes and odds for without strokes, you really need to pay attention because the incentive for these players are going to change based on their positioning on the leaderboard with those starting strokes.
And how important is it to make it to Eastlake? If you make it here, you automatically get in 3 of the majors and essentially the PGA Championship too. A bunch of invitationals like the Arnold Palmer, the Memorial, a bunch of those. And, oh, by the way, if you finish 30th, you'll still get a bonus of $395,000. Not to mention the first place prize of $15 million. So here's what we do on the special episode every single week. I put Rick to the test. I say, give me 2 matchups. Give me 2 props, and give me a little bit of a sprinkle on 2 winners for the week. So let's start with the head-to-head matchups. Rick, what do you got?
All right, and I'm going to speak very carefully here, make sure I get this all correct. Xander Schauffele minus 118 over Dustin Johnson. That is without the starting strokes, meaning doesn't matter what the leaderboard on PGAtour.com says. This is just the raw scoring for the week. Xander Schauffele has been absolutely dominant at Eastlake. This is going to be his 5th trip to the Tour Championship and to this course. In his previous 4, he has played 16 rounds. He has never once, not once, lost strokes to the field in any of those 16 rounds. He's been absolutely dominant. He won the no starting strokes version of this event last year, did not get credited with the PGA Tour victory because we don't do it that way, but plays very, very well at Eastlake. And then the other one is Sung Jae Im minus 118 over Brooks Koepka. This is with the starting strokes. That means that Sung Jae Im is going to begin the tournament at 3 under par. Brooks Koepka is going to begin at 2 under. And Coach, Brooks has not played particularly well over the past couple of weeks. And we know with him, it is all about incentive. It is all about motivation. Starting 8 shots off the lead, I imagine, is not a position for him to really incentivize going out and playing 4 really great rounds around Eastlake. On the other hand, Sung Jae Im has just been trending in the right direction. The ball striking has been phenomenal. The putting was lights out last week. He has a lot to play for in his adopted now hometown. He finally bought a house in Atlanta, gets to play there, gets to sleep in his own bed. I think he takes out Brooks Koepka using the starting strokes.
You have one player who loves to play golf. You have one player who plays it because he's really, really good, and you're going to give the player who loves golf a one-shot lead. I'll take it. By the way, I've already gotten a lot of tweets from people at home. Caesar Sportsbook does a great job of making it very clear on the bets are with the strokes or without the strokes. So wherever you bet, make sure it's very, very clear. You don't want to go back on Sunday and go, well, what happened? All right, now let's get to 2 props that you really, really like. Because you mentioned there's so many different ways that we can bet on the Tour Championship. What do you got for us in that capacity?
Yeah, there's a million ways. The first one is going to be Sam Burns to finish inside the top 5 with the starting strokes. That means he's going to start this event at 4 under. He starts in a tie for 6. So I'm asking him to move up just one spot into that top 5 positioning. It's a 5-1 wager plus 500 on those odds. And Sam Burns, as we've seen countless times this year, is a ceiling golfer. He can tap into 1, 2, even 3 rounds at a time like nobody else on the PGA Tour can. And with his starting position in this event, he's not going to have to do all that much to maintain his position and move up to the top 5. And then the other one, this is not a bet I normally make, but Jon Rahm, top European, minus 250. That is, of course, with the starting strokes. And when I look at this coach, I see that he currently has a 3-shot lead over Victor Hovland. He has a 4-shot lead over Rory McIlroy. Those are the next 2 closest Europeans in the odds that would be able to track him down. And he is still 4 shots off the lead. Jon Rahm, who has been the best player on the tour this year, has a move to make. He is going to be putting his foot on the gas pedal all week long. I don't think there's any chance that Hovland or Rory catch him. I know it's minus 250, but sometimes that juice, coach, is worth the squeeze.
Oh my God, he did it himself. He did it himself.
Come on.
Oh my God, if I was sick before, I'm 100% now. Damn it, I love that. All right, now I got to calm down. That was awesome. Okay. Now we're down to the final 2 picks of our season.
Yes.
And this will be very, very, very interesting and fascinating on how you choose to pick this. What do you got?
And technically, coach, I guess both of these could win because one is with strokes and one is without strokes. So here we go. Tony Finau to win with the strokes. He is plus 750. He is going to start 2 shots back of Patrick Cantlay. He's going to start at 8 under par, and the odds are really heavily in favor of Jon Rahm. They're heavily in favor of Bryson DeChambeau. They're heavily in favor of Patrick Cantlay, and Tony Finau is kind of the forgotten man here. And ever since he changed his putter and changed his putting grip at the Open Championship, he has been lights out. And that is the one part of his game that has really been troublesome over the years. If he continues that for 4 more rounds at 7.5 to 1, he gives himself a really good chance to win this golf tournament. And then the other one is without strokes. So essentially everyone starting at 0 is Daniel Berger to win. And that's 28 to 1. That's plus 2,800. And for me, there's a lot of good things for Daniel Berger right now. Not only has he gained strokes on approach in every event since Phoenix, that was like the end of January or early February. It's been a while, but he has a ton of incentive. This is essentially his last audition for the U.S. Ryder Cup team. And with a good start this week, he can impress Captain Stricker. He can get into one of those last spots. He's starting at even par, so there is no one else in the field who has as much incentive or is going to be taking on more flags or trying to make as many birdies as Daniel Berger because he's got a lot of moving up to do. So this is an interesting situation where his starting position and his incentives really align for him to try to go absolutely insane at 28 to 1. I think it's worth it.
Who could have ever known, Rick, that when the Ryder Cup got moved, that the Tour Championship would provide this much drama because of how they changed the rules for how the captains get to pick their teams now. 6 for Stricker, then he gets to pick 6. I mean, this is going to be fun. I think you're honest. We're going to be hearing about the Ryder Cup all week. All week. Real quick, I want to ask you a question because I like Cam Smith plus 2,500 with the strokes. Is there a guy, and I hate to put you on the spot, that you look at and say, you know what? Because I think the top 4 guys are emotionally spent just a little bit. A guy that's down there around Cam Smith that's over plus 2,000. I mean, DJ is plus 2,000 with the strokes. Is there somebody that you like there?
I think it is Cam Smith, coach. I mean, the issue here is once you start to get to 4 under par, 3 under par, 2 under par, as much as I love Rory McIlroy, as great as he has been at Eastlake, as well as he's playing leading into this, it's a math problem, and the math doesn't come out in their favor. It's not only going to be incredibly hard for Dustin Johnson to make up 7 strokes or Rory McIlroy to make up 8. The guys that they're going to have to pass are legitimate top-tier players on the PGA Tour. So you're just asking for so much. I believe there's probably 5 guys with true, real win equity in this field, with the final one being Cam Smith, having him sit there at 25 to 1. It's interesting. He showed us the ceiling a little bit in the last couple of weeks. He needs to tap into that again, but I think there's about 5 guys who can win this thing.
I think you are right. Great analysis from Rick G. Incredible how you made that so incredibly clear. When the sports books decided last year, we can make a lot more money if we do it with the strokes and we do it without the strokes and basically have 2 tournaments in one, and I'm here for it. For those people who are new, that you're like, I'm very, very confused, don't. You're fine. We got you covered here, but also check out the First Cut mega preview that will be in the feed over the YouTube channel for First Cut as well, with all the great minds here at SportsLine. All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, and it looks glorious. So our head-to-head matchup, Schauffele over Johnson without the strokes, minus 118. Then Sungjae M over Koepka, starting with a one-shot lead with the strokes, minus 118. Then Sam Burns, top 5 with strokes. He only has to gain 1 shot, plus 500. Then Rahm, top European with strokes, minus 250. And you heard how Rick G just dazzled us with that pick. And then a little bit of a sprinkle, just a little bit of a sprinkle. Finau to win with the strokes. He starts 2 back in second place, and then Berger without. He's going to be freewheeling it. He's starting even, 10 back, last place. Nothing to lose for him there, plus 2,800. Man, I am fired up for this week, big time. Whew. You've got your marching orders. You know what? Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window for Rick Run Good. Rick G, the jeweler. I am the coach. Thanks for hanging with us all season long. We're going to take a little bit of a hiatus, but don't worry. We'll bring the special episode back. But right now, we're feeding right in to the football season. This is fun. And this is the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.